Hello, this is Jason E. from Trading Ascension, the personal and spiritual growth journey of day trading podcast. And I have a crucial message for those who want to succeed in trading or any life endeavor. Today we will journey down the path of the foundation of success. I'm going to tell you a story about Bali and the blue butterfly. You see, Bali had something speaking to him from within. It was an audacious voice telling him, you need to go to the top of that mountain. So Bali shared his goal with a close loved one. I need to get to the top of that mountain, he said. And his loved one said, now Bali, that would be a nightmare. The agony it would cause you and me if you tried to get to the top of that mountain. Nobody from where you're from in your situation ever made it to the top of that mountain. We can't even see the top of these falls. Surely it must be in heaven. That's impossible. But he couldn't let it go. Something said, this is the right thing to do. So soon Bali started his trek, taking the action he could. But soon his loved ones said, hey, you're not trying to get to the top of that mountain, are you? Stop it. You cannot. If you never try, then you'll never be let down. Remember that lesson. Promise me you'll give up this silly dream and save yourself the agony of failure. But Bali could not submit. He knew he could not stop. He had to keep going. You see, the first key to leveling up is a routine action. Notice I didn't say consistent action. Routine action, it trumps consistent action because not only is it consistent, but it's built into your life schedule, so it's prioritized. So he was back at it again, only to be met with failure after failure. He kept sliding back to what seemed like the starting point. It was so frustrating. The words of his loved ones, they haunted him. It's impossible. It's impossible. But he was growing wise and getting further every time he tried. Then more people started to take notice, and they laughed. He thought they wanted to cheer him on, but they just wanted front row seats to see his failure. Because if he made it to the top of those falls, there goes all their excuses. But if he failed, life goes on as normal, as usual. Bali, although he was only taking small steps forward, he grew in confidence. But the failures, they still stung. And the ridicule from the non-believers, it didn't stop. Give up, Bali. It's impossible, dummy. Then Bali discovered the process to get guidance. The process in which the universe, the creator, the Most High will guide his actions. He started to see deeper into his goals. It felt so real, he was puzzled. He went so deep within, being the change that he wanted to see and clearing out old baggage, that the outside voices started to fade away. He became laser focused, so he didn't even have time to look up and notice the haters. The goal used to be external, and he only had thinking about top of the mountain stuff. But then he leveled up. And he starts seeing the top of the mountain from the top of the mountain, seeing the details of the top of the falls. You see, before he had that push motivation to get out of his current situation, and now he was being pulled by his vision. He could see it. It was clear in his mind. He had all of his senses involved in visualizing the goal. He was overwhelmed with this new energy towards his journey. And the more he visualized, not the external things, but the person that he would become, he was able to bring new life. And then he saw the blue butterfly. You see, God made a promise to us. In Exodus 23:20, it applied to the Hebrews and it applies to us today. He said, see. You must see. See, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and bring you to the place I have prepared. When you visualize, not of the goal, but from the goal, angels start to lead your way. Synchronicity, good fortune, luck, and even setbacks to grow and help you gain wisdom from. The good book tells us that without vision, the people perish. Bali would rest, but he was being woken up by the goal on his mind. Then the path started to get narrow, not to discourage Bali, but to ward off the unworthy. He took greater chances, and to his surprise, his boldness, his gratitude, and his faith was met with support and more guidance, which made his confidence grow into more action, and then more confidence and more action again. And although the goal wasn't reached, he wasn't lacking joy. He wasn't lacking the energy of feeling accomplished. He wasn't delaying the good feelings until he got to the top of the mountain. He felt great now. He became more creative than his previous versions of himself. The hurdles became just stepping stones. He felt incredible, and he took the final steps towards the exact goal that he had thought about and visualized so long. He took a moment to enjoy the view, but not for long, because there was more work to do. Your conception of yourself, the way that you see you, changes you. This is the law of assumption. You need to see yourself as the person who has already accomplished your goal. Seeing from within yourself right now, having confidence, belief, the knowledge, the execution of the version of you when the wish is fulfilled. Be that person today. Close the internal gap, the gap of you now and of the future. If you still long to have the goal, if you still don't feel like it's possible, if you feel like you're faking it, you haven't arrived in spirit, and you'll likely never arrive in the physical world. Visualize routinely, take action routinely, and deep dive daily into gratitude for already having your goal. This will create your blue butterfly and lead you to the top of your mountain.